Thank you for watching. This video is about a service call. So I got called out to take a look at this water heater. The complaint was that the water was not getting hot enough. So I knew that was one of three problems. Either too much sediment in the tank or the dip tube had come loose, causing the water to mix together, or there was a bad sensor inside the thermostat that determined the temperature of the water. So I came out and fired up the water heater, let it run for about 5 minutes, and it flashed 9 times. So I got a code 9, which is the chamber sensor. And that is a sensor that actually, there's the flashing there. That's actually a sensor that sits in the combustion chamber and will trip to cut off the valve if there's too much heat. And I know for a fact the water heater had been turned up all the way as high as it could go. When I got there, that was their solution. I guess a maintenance guy had come out to take a look at the water heater and decided that it just needed to get turned up more. So he had started it, got it running, it was off, and he turned it up all the way. And then I got a call at this point, actually looking for a water heater. This one's under warranty. It's like a 2019 or 2020 ream, and it's under warranty, but the owner decided he wanted to fix it rather than remove it, return it, and then reinstall it. So I find a lot of owners want to do that. I guess it's just less expensive to just repair it. So I came out, determined that it was a code 9, and I had a sensor with me. So this video is how to replace that sensor. Basically, you can see it in the video. You need to remove the combustion chamber and then remove the sensor and replace the sensor and then reinstall it. Since I was on site, I also wanted to drain it down a little bit just to make sure that the dip tube was in place. So that's what the hose is for. So I drained the water down past the TMP, or the temperature pressure relief valve, which is at the top. And then I removed the temperature pressure relief valve, and I actually reach inside the tank with kind of like a hook, and I hook it around the dip tube, and just to make sure it's there, you can kind of pull on it. It's a plastic tube, and you can hear it kind of smack against the tank. So that, excuse me, that's the temperature pressure relief valve that I removed right there. The water is just below that line. And then of course I reinstalled it when I was done, but it was there on site. So this is the process of replacing the sensor, and you're going to need a couple of pairs of pliers to do that. You got to keep one locked down while you loosen it up, and once you get it loose, you can, of course I'm going the wrong way there, and I realize go back, and it's loose. So you just unscrew it, and the sensor will come right out. It's kind of like a piece of brass that gets very close to the burner assembly there. It's about 3 inches long, and you just unscrew it. That's the old sensor, that's the new sensor, and I just put the new sensor in. It's actually a used sensor off of another water heater. So when I get water heaters where the tanks are bad, I keep the burner assemblies with all the sensors in them and reuse them whenever I run into these code 9s. Alright, so just reinstalling the burner assembly, relighting the water heater, and everything came up normal, and I fired it up, and we were all good. You can see the flame is burning right there. No more 9 flashes, just once every 3 seconds. Blue is the color, normal operation. So I got called back out for a follow-up visit about 3 days later. No hot water again. And so I used a different video camera, that's why it looks a little bit different. And I came out and the water heater was off and I could not get it lit at all. So one of the things I look for is a blocked pilot tube. So I remove the pilot tube and try and put some air through it. And I could not get any air through the pilot tube at all. So here I've got the burner assembly out. I brought a little compressor with me with a hose, and I'm trying to force more air through it. So you can kind of work air through both ends of the pilot tube assembly to try and get it free. What I ended up doing, because I felt a little frustrated doing this and it just still seemed blocked, is I disconnected the pilot tube completely from the burner assembly. And it was actually clear at that point, but when it was hooked back up it would be blocked. So just kind of cleaning off the burner assembly with the compressed air that I have there. It gets a lot of dust on it. So the solution for this is I brought a bunch of backup parts with me. I have sort of a cardboard box that I throw a bunch of pilot tube assemblies in, and I replaced the pilot tube with one from a different burner assembly, and that did the trick. Hey, just did a service call for a water heater that I serviced the other day. Had a bad sensor on it, and this time the pilot tube got plugged. So I took the part that I needed out of this one right here, and actually just put the part from the other one in here, and for some reason the air passes through it. I think I might have got the clog out, but I didn't want to take a chance. But yeah, it's good to have extra parts, that's for sure. Anyway, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, and have a great day.